I was like, man, I like them. I like them girls big. She ain't a lady unless she's 280. You gotta be two something to do something. I used to like make all these sayings and stuff, right? And
Oh.
I ended up saying that's what happened to my legs. I'm like, man, I like them big girls, and one sat on me, and I put these questions up on my stories a lot where people can ask me questions and stuff, and I'll
Yeah.
I'll try to answer them, and I'll try to give them a legit answer. But somebody said, "What's the real story of how you lost your legs?" And I put long story short, and I put a picture of a skinny dude with like a very large woman on top of him on a picnic bench, but they had their clothes on and everything. It was just like a funny looking picture, and I said, "Long story short." And I posted that. I posted that question and that response, and I'm guessing a fat girl or something got very offended by that and reported my page. And when enough when enough biggins report you, man, they get rid of you. So that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I know it sounds so stupid and teenageish, but like that's what got my Instagram deleted, dude. Yeah.
Oh my God, bro, you're making me
Uh,
cry over here.
dude, I
Oh,
was
that's
I was
funny.
canceled. I was canceled before Andrew Tate. I swear to you, I'm not playing.
Damn. Oh my gosh. Dude, you're a character. I love it. I love it, bro. Um, when did you have to, okay, when did you have to unlearn about, okay, dude, I love it, bro. I'm so happy we got connected. You're a hilarious, dude. Oh my God. Um, okay, I gotta get back in character. When
I'm
did you,
I'm just honest, dude. I swear. I'm an open book. I promise. I
no,
ain't shy about no question.
I love it. I love it. When did you have to unlearn about strength? After you like, what's your definition? What did you learn the difference between being physically strong and mentally strong?
Ooh, that's a good. When did I know? When did I learn the difference between the two?
Yeah.
I feel at a very young age. I remember thinking like how people thought were real weak mentality at a really young age. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people would complain about standing up all day and I'd be like, bitch, I've been sitting down for, like 15, 16 years. Or, people would complain about this and that. And like the way I was living was like so much harder. And then I would just think like, man, I don't think this dude could make it in my situation. Like that's why I'm put here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I noticed the difference between like mental toughness and physically tough at a really young age. To be honest with you, I can't put a number like on it. What age it exactly was,
Yeah.
but when I when I noticed like what true physical strength was, it was probably my sophomore year in high school. Because like I was always like kind of the strong guy or whatever, but like that's the first time I hit three plates on each side was like sophomore year, and then I was the only sophomore doing it, and then so I was like, oh shit, like I'm kind of strong, you know what I mean? So I felt strong, and
Mhm.
then and that just led into more of the mentally tough stuff because like I was like, oh man, I like this working out stuff, even though it's hard.
Yeah.
I enjoy the results I get from it because I enjoyed like being the number one bench presser. And then I noticed I was always like when people would take off, like from the gym, I was always there. Like I was always there. Like even on cold days, on rainy days, on just days I didn't feel like going, I would always show up. And a lot of people would come and go, but nobody showed up like me. And I was like, man, I feel like a lot of people are chasing this dog in them that I kind of have in me already.
Yeah. Was when
Yeah,
like when
damn,
you said you were like
that was a cool line.
when you said you were always like showing up, and were you always like into fitness? Like were you always into that?
Pretty quickly. Pretty quickly because my freshman or no, yeah, it was my freshman year. I started, like I said, I played in high school football. So on the off season, we had a really, really good. His name's David Grounds. Coach Grounds and he was a national powerlifting coach. So
Mhm.
he knew a lot about how to build somebody's max up. What like made my max go from? I mean, like I said, like freshman year, I was probably doing I want to say like 230 maybe, and coming in first max out sophomore year doing like 315 and 330 stuff like that. And
Wow.
that's like numbers. That's crazy because that's sophomore year, and that's numbers that most grown men will never reach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So like, I was really thankful for having him as a coach. He kind of set the tone for like the future me.
Yeah, dude, that's insane. We're definitely going to get into. I have some questions about that stuff too. That's a really really. I think it's so cool to see you doing literally what it is you do. Like, dude, it takes a whole other beast, to do stuff like what it is you do. It's really really extraordinary. At what point did you decide, you're not going to let this define me?
Hmm. What point was I not gonna let this define me? Of oh, well, I hated pity.
Mhm.
I hate it. Oh God, I couldn't stand pity, man. Like, if I could feel somebody just pitied for me or, something like that, then like it just irked me a lot. So I felt like I always had a chip on my shoulder and I was always trying to like kind of prove myself. And I wasn't and to do that, to be honest with you, like I said, people are going to look at you as handicapped. They're already going to look at you as kind of like below them in the first place.
Mhm.
So for somebody to look at me as equal to them, I need to be extraordinary
So,
in the shit I do. You know what I mean? And I kind of took that mentality and was like rocked with that. You know what I mean? Like, so I kind of had a chip on my shoulder. It might have been some daddy issues in there. I don't know. I grew up without dad. But I
mhm.
don't know. But I kind of took that mentality and wanted to prove everybody wrong, and or just wanted to like, there's a kind of competitiveness. I feel like to me.
Yeah. Did
Yep.
you ever you said your dad wasn't in the picture. Was what's the relationship like with you and your mom?
I mean, my mom are super close growing up. Still close to this day. I mean, my mom's super cool. Supported me in everything, honestly, dude. Like I said, I mean, at least she gave me the opportunity to try everything I wanted to try. She never told me no. Like my
Mhm.
mom, like I said, the football thing could have been a big one. Could have been like, you ain't doing that. I know a lot of kids that are able-bodied and their parents wouldn't let them play football because it was too much of a contact sport.
Yeah.
And here you got this kid crawling out there. I would figure like so. My mom always told me yes. She was always a big supporter of me and anything I had going on. And she's hard to
Oh, what happened? Perfect. Oh,
Okay,
perfect.
sorry,
Okay.
somebody called me.
No, it's okay. I kind of guessed. It's okay. Okay. We're good. We're
Hold
good.
on. You can hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. But anyways, yeah, my mom, man, she was always supporting me. She was always there. We're super close. Um, God, dog, can you still see me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good, because people are calling me. But man, I've always been close to her. She's always been real stern though. Like my mom, you got to think, with not having my dad in the picture, I feel like my mom felt like she had to be the dad and the mom in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. So I felt like that made her very hard on me, very tough on me at an early age. Like she would just make me do like the everyday stuff that normal kids would do. Like I had to pump her gas, I had to like clean the kitchen, I had to wash dishes, but that required me to like climb up on the counters and do awkward stuff. Get on my skateboard, get the gas pump, pump her gas, get back in with my skateboard, stuff like that.